2 games separating the top teams within the Blossom Hill Valley Athletic League Mount Hamilton division. With only 3 games remaining in the regular season, those looking up at the leaderboard need to make a move and hope for some help to gain that elusive championship trophy and establish a strong seed within the sectional playoff bracket. This is the best time of the year for high school basketball, and we have all the action for you tonight. Good evening, everybody. Alongside Edmund Skirich, I'm Carlo Jimenez, coming to you live from the campus of Leigh High School in Los Gatos. The BVAL Mount Hamilton Division action continues as the 8-3 Longhorns host the 10-1 Leland Chargers right here on YouTube Live and the Central Coast Sports Broadcasting Network. Well, for the Longhorns, the home team, Coach Tim Baldwin, his team was riding high in the saddle up through the midway point of league play, undefeated, looking invincible within the Mount Hamilton division. However, Edmund, Leigh has dropped 3 straight and now in a must-win situation tonight and over the next 7 days. Yeah, absolutely. They started 2-8, so it wasn't a great start, but then all of a sudden they were undefeated going halfway through league. They've seen these ups and downs before. And one thing, Carlo, about head coach Todd Baldwin, he has been through this before. He has coached at Los Gatos High School. He's coached at Valley Christian. This is his 3rd year here. He is a great coach, great leader for this team, and if anybody can get this team to bounce back like they need tonight, it's Coach Baldwin. The visiting Leland Chargers are playing some of their best basketball in the section, 2 games up in the leaderboard and a win tonight. And with the win tonight, the Chargers would secure a share of the division title. This would be their first division title since 2015. Edmund, Coach Mike Shapiro's squad has been perfect on the road this season and arguably have the league MVP playing on another level. Yeah, they really do. Senior guard Sohan Kirshigar leads his team in all statistical categories. He can single-handedly take over a game, Carlo. He's got some solid teammates, though. So, by all means, even though he can take over, it's not a one-man show. This is a really good, strong team. They're playing on a high level, and I'll tell you, one of the things that I found out, if they can run the table, win their next 3 games, win league with only 1 loss, they would be a very high consideration for the open division. That's not only a great attribute to have under your coat, but it's also one thing too. If you get to the open, you're an automatic qualifier for Northern California playoffs. So if they can run the table, if they can do the things they need to do, it'd be a nice feather in their cap to finish off the season. It definitely would be for this very, very explosive Leland Chargers team. Well, the second meeting between both teams, Leigh handled Leland's only league loss, 73-70, back on January 16th. That one at Leland. Since that time, though, both teams going in opposite directions. However, expect a battle tonight with the division title on the line. I'm Carlo Jimenez, once again alongside Edmund Skirich. This is a Central Coast Sports Broadcasting production of Game Night, coming to you on YouTube Live. Tip-off is less than 5 minutes away. Well, you're listening to the Central Coast Sports Broadcasting pregame show. Here are some recent scores from both teams. Leland defeating Santa Teresa in a thriller, high-scoring 72-69. And Leigh, as we mentioned, on that 3-game skid, losing to Evergreen Valley 54-47. Well, we want to give a shout-out to our sponsor, BSN Sports, since 1972, your ultimate leader of team sports apparel and equipment in the U.S. Call John Gillette for more information at 408-209-6433. Let's jump into our Gonzalez Irrigation game-changing 3-pointer. Since 1985, let Gonzalez Irrigation Systems provide design, installation, parts, and services for all your berry, row crop, orchard, and vineyard needs, including sprinklers, filters, meters, and booster pumps. And GIS proudly offers Netafim irrigation products. Call GIS at 831-675-2376. That's 831-675-2376. Well, our first game-changing 3-pointer, Leigh, second place in the BVAL. Mount Hamilton, losers of 3 straight. Emotional game for the seniors here tonight, but they can't let another one slip away like it did last Friday night here at home, Edmund. Yeah, they've had some real troubles. And again, you know, when I say emotional, Carlo, and I thought that was a great word you used, this is the last few games for these guys. I mean, you know, this whole season for these seniors is going to come to an end. They need to step up tonight. They need to play as if tomorrow doesn't matter. I mean, today is it. And if they can win tonight, try to keep themselves a game out of it, they still have a shot. And Leland, 2-game lead in the division with 3 to play. Incentive not only to hold on and win the Mount Hamilton division, But running the table, as you mentioned, Edmund, could present an additional award for this Chargers team.
Yeah, and I thought what you said about 2015, even though for you and I it's not that long ago, for these kind of teams, yeah, it's forever ago. And, this is a whole new set of players coming in. So, yeah, goal number 1, let's see if we can win the Mount Hamilton division. Goal number 2, if we do things right and we get an invitation to go up to a higher level, play some of the best teams around, that's an added bonus.
And head-to-head, Leigh defeated Leland, as we mentioned, 73 weeks ago. The Chargers' only league loss, their only loss in the last 11 games. Leigh needs a win tonight and help for any chance of claiming the share of the league title. As for the Chargers, perfect on the road this season, 7-0. This is a Leland team that has been dominant away from home court.
Isn't it funny, Carlo, that Leigh goes to Leland, they beat him by 3, now here we are with a perfect road record for the Chargers coming in. That's why I think this is going to be such a great game. And, if you look at the numbers, Leland just with an amazing record, but hey, don't count Leigh out. This is a team at home. They have every reason to come out all cylinders firing tonight.
Well, that was our game-changing three-pointers brought to you by Gonzales Irrigation, serving the Monterey, San Benito, Santa Cruz, and Santa Clara counties. Remember, call them at 831-675-2376. You are listening to the Central Coast Sports Broadcasting pregame show. Time now for our X's and O's segment. Since 1988, Coastal Grower Magazine has been a local favorite for people in the agricultural industry, those involved with the AG business here on the Central Coast. www.coastalgrowermag.com. Well, Edmund, for Leigh, it's simple to say but very hard to do. Contain Kierkegaard.
Yeah, and you know what, Carlo? Hard to do because he can do so many things. Like I said, rebounding leader, steals leader, assist leader. So if you double team and you try to cut him off, he can do other things. But at the end of the day, too, you can limit his scoring, take that 20-point average out of it. That gives you your best shot.
And for Leland, offensively, you want to force double teams and expose openings with using Kierkegaard and McKnight in a way to open up for other guys like Alamu and Baba.
Yeah, that's exactly right. What you really want to do is you got to take advantage of whatever they give you. And, I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of different looks tonight, which is going to make this game interesting. But, you look at the size, they're about evenly matched on the size, both teams. Both teams are quick. Both teams like to run the ball. But, again, it's just that one dominant player, Carlo, and it's just a matter of you got to have one guy that's ready to take over the game on that other side for Leigh, the Longhorns as well.
Well, we want to give a shout out to another sponsor, Vulcan Materials, the nation's largest producer of gravel, sand, and crushed stones, to keep up with this growing economy. For more information, visit www.vulcanmaterials.com. Well, time now for our Netafim Irrigation starting lineups, offering the best-in-class solutions, helping you do more with water. That's Netafim Drip Irrigation. Contact Mark Clifton at 831-258-8089. Well, starting for Leland, it will be Fuad Alamu. Trevor Baba will also start. Shane McKnight, the other senior guard, averaging 15 points a game, will start. Jaden Dangtarian also starts out here for the Leland Chargers, averaging 3 points a game, but he had 13 against Santa Teresa last week. And Sohan Kierkegaard starts at guard for the Chargers. A big starting lineup and a starting lineup full of athletes, Edmund.
It really is. And then you didn't mention 3 guys that come off the bench and actually provide some instant offense too, Carlo. This is a really, really strong, deep club.
And now our starting lineups for the home team, Leigh High School. As we will get them, Leigh in the white uniforms. Max Leigh will start, the senior captain, averaging 7 points a game. Connor Smith, the senior guard, will also start, averaging 10 points a game. Leigh does it a lot with guys who average between 7 and 10, and then everybody's got to step up and contribute, and that's how they've been winning ball games in the past. And we'll see if they were able to get back on track. Luca Kise will start for the Leigh Longhorns, and Dylan Johnston is going to be the final starter here for Leigh.
And you got to like the body style on Dylan Johnson. I mean, only 5'9", but he's well built. He's a really strong player. And, when you kind of look at the stats card on what this team can do, I mean, they come at you from a lot of different ways. They got power forwards that can move the ball around. They can pass the ball well. Same thing on Leland's side. So again, it's not your typical, starting five where you have your 1s through 5. You're going to have a lot of interchangeable players, and I think that's what's going to make for a great game.
Well, those were our starting lineups brought to you by Nenefim Irrigation. This will conclude our Central Coast Sports pregame show as we have the Leland in the baby blues with the bolts down the side, white numbers, and black trim. Longhorns in the home whites with the green numbers and the yellow trim. So here is Johnston. He'll bounce past it far side over to Smith. Smith now with the ball, gives it over to Leigh. Leigh driving, handoff, Smith, back to Leigh, right wing, three-pointer, too strong off the back iron, and McKnight holds down the board.
And I'll tell you, that was all set up by Dylan Johnson. Set a good pick, high pick, and allowed that open three.
Alamu right to the hoop and gets the deuce. Fuad Alamu saw the opening in the lane and puts Leland up 2-0.
And then you have that 2-3 pressure, and they got the ball deep and got it past the pressure, just couldn't hit the layup, Carlo.
Yeah, beat everybody down the court. Kierschigar comes up with the rebound, and Leland will bring it the other way, looking to extend the 2-0 lead. 7:20 to play here in the first quarter. BVLA championship on the line for Leland.
I'll tell you what, 2 good looks, though, by Leigh. They're going to have to stay in this game just to stay alive here.
McKnight lost it on the deck. Johnston comes up with it. Here's Leigh, shovel pass inside, layup there for Kesey, and he gets the bucket to go.
Yeah, great pass, good ball movement, didn't even touch the floor. Good job by the Longhorns, 2-2.
So knotted up at 2, just a minute gone by. Here's Dangtran driving baseline, running out of real estate, and he is fouled with 6:49 to play.
Yeah, the real key is going to be Shenefield, and he's going to have to move his feet, Carl. They went right at him, went baseline. He just was unable to get his feet, and you always have to have 1 foot in that paint, also 1 foot out of bounds, just to kind of prevent those guys from going around you.
McKnight looking for somebody to give it to, finds Alamu, and they go up top to Baba. Baba right wing, but Dangtran driving, lost it on the deck. Johnston comes up with it. Longhorns chance to grab the lead right here. Johnston left wing, gives it to the driving Kesey. Kesey goes up from 5, and the left hand layup drops home, and it's a 4-0 run for Leigh. They're on top 4-2.
Good job by Kesey. He wasn't squared up to the bucket, but he did a nice hop step, turned around, nice flip into the bucket.
So here is McKnight straight on. Leland finds Kierschigar, yet to take a shot. Always a threat from deep. Right wing 3, and he rattles it home. Sohan Kierschigar just needs a sliver of space, and he will put it home. 5-4. Leland on top, 6 minutes to play here in the first.
The ability to create your own shot.
Another transition break for the Longhorns. They have been able to take care of the press all night. Here is Johnson. Left-hand dribble, crosses over on McKnight. Straight on, Kesey will drive, puts it on the deck. Right-hand layup, left side, and it is 6 points for Kesey and a 6-5 lead here for the Longhorns.
And a nice job by the Longhorns against that 2-3 zone matchup.
Alamu could not drop home the 3 in the far corner, and Johnston will push. 5:30 to play here, 1 point lead for the Longhorns, looking to add more. Into the corner, almost dropped by Smith, but it goes over to Kesey. Kesey gives it up top to Leigh. Leigh will drive down the left alley, gets a step to the bucket, left it short, rebound fought for. Leigh will come up with it, finds Johnston deep 3 left wing, too strong off the iron. Put back is going to be a foul there. Smith with the extra effort play. And Coach Shapiro not happy with his team's effort defensively right on that position.
Yeah, and I don't blame him at all. And you know what? That's a great job by Leigh, Carlo. He never gave up on that second opportunity, followed that shot, went all the way in, got it, scooped it back out, and they were able to set up the offense real quickly.
Kesey up top, looking down low for Senefeld. He loses the ball, and it's a turnover for the Longhorns. Kierschigar will push. Left wing, drives down the left alley, finds Alamu in the corner. Alamu, handoff over to Baba. Baba now back to Kierschigar. Crossover for the Leland Chargers as they find McKnight up top. 6-5, Leigh on top. 4:45 to play here in the first quarter. McKnight over to Alamu. Alamu up top, Dangtran. Dangtran drives, gets a step around Shenefield, and he is blocked from behind. Nice block from Shenefield, and the Longhorns will push the other way. Leigh driving in the paint. Throws it away. Alamu the steal, one-on-one with Johnson. Alamu left side, stripped by Johnson, but a foul.
Yeah, you go back to that play on Shenefield. It was all about footwork, Carl, being able to move those feet, get in the right position. A good job defensively. But, you know, it's a turnover. Leland going the other way, and on that foul, they have a chance now to shoot 2.
A chance to take the lead here for Alamu. 6-5, the Leigh Longhorns on top. Alamu from the line, and it rolls around and out.
Carl, I want to give a shout out to Arnie Van Massenhausen, Home Services Lending. First-time home buyer or looking to refinance your current mortgage. Work with an experienced consultant. Find a solution. Call Arnie today.
Second one from Alamu to tie. Left it short. Coach Shapiro asking for a violation. No call, and here comes the Longhorns' chance to add to the 1-point lead. Here is Johnston, right side. Left-hand dribble, gives it over to Leigh. Leigh, near side, up top to Senefil. Senefil going down low to Kisei. Kisei working against Baba. Left-hand layup inside, left it short, and nice defense there by the Leland. But here's a steal in transition by Leigh to Kisei. Kisei, Euros, right-hand layup, drops it home. Luke Kisei has all 8 points for Leigh, and it is an 8-5 lead for the Longhorns here in the first.
And on that drive, Colin, what a terrific job. He just kind of like a little hop step, got underneath the bucket, little lay-in reverse. What a great job by him. Like you said, all 8 points, 8-5. San Jose's Hot Country 95.3 for the best in today's music, sports, contest, fantastic concert series. KRTY has it all for you. Coming February 7th, live at Club Rodeo, country artist Russell Dickerson. And on March 28th, live from the City National Civic in San Jose. Be on the lookout for country sensation Brett Young. For ticket information, go to the website, krty.com.
Well, Edmund, it has been all Luke Kisei for the Longhorns, has all 8 of their points. And I think a big thing for Leland has been the transition turnovers so far.
Yeah, the quick hands by, if you talk about Dylan Johnson, you look about Max Lee, you talked about those guys, Carlo, and just their ability, their quickness, quick hands, and they have really made the difference. I mean, Kisei's got the points, and rightly so, but it's those quick hands that have given him opportunities, and hats off to the backcourt for the Longhorns thus far in this game.
So bringing it up now will be Baba. Crosses the timeline, being watched by Johnson there. Right-hand dribble, looking for Kirshikar. Denying ball is Smith. He'll go the other way, and Alamu loses it off his thigh out of bounds. Coach Shapiro is very unhappy with that one.
Yeah, I think we're going to see some possible substitutions only because of the fact that, you know, Coach Shapiro, just to give his guys a chance, hey, settle down a little bit, stay within yourselves, and let's keep playing.
Smith out to Kisei. Thought about a 3, moves it in the corner. Nice touch pass to Senefil, right at the right block. Layup does not drop home, but he'll draw the foul. And a great touch pass there for the Longhorns. Just go 1, 2, 3, and an easy look will earn them free throws.
Yeah, for Schenefeld, he did a nice job. He was midway up the block. He got that pass and kind of floated his way in, got the foul in the bucket, or excuse me, go to the line to shoot 2.
First one rolls off the front iron and in. So with 3:26 to play in the first, somebody other than Luca Kisei finally scores for the Longhorns. 9-5 the lead for the home team, as he is unable to knock down the second one. And here come the Chargers. Chargers once again win, will clinch the BVLA championship for the first time since 2015. Right now trailing 9-5 with 3:18 to go here in the first. Up top, it's Alamu. Alamu will dribble left, find Kirshigar left wing. Smith all over him. Kirshigar rips through, hands it off to McKnight. McKnight thought about a drive, gives it over to Dangchan. Dangchan now dives, spin back baseline, left-hand layup, off back iron, rebound taken by Leigh.
Pretty move, just couldn't finish.
Leigh pushes to Smith, to Kisei, corner 3, and a travel will be called.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, as Leigh just tried to gather himself, couldn't quite do it, took that one extra slide step, and turnover, and Leland now trailing by 4.
So 2:57 to play. Here come the Chargers. Chance to cut the lead in half on this possession. Here is Baba, looking for somewhere to go. Right-hand dribble, now goes around Johnston, far side. Gives it over to Alamu. Alamu drives off a screen for McKnight, now gives it back to McKnight. McKnight pump fakes at the right block. Layup there, rolls around and out. Rebound, fought for, falls to Dangtran, and Dangtran with the deuce on the left block.
Great awareness by Dangtran. He kept himself open, got that put back in, cut the lead to 2.
Here's a drive there by Johnston, and he is going to be fouled by Dangtran. And something to notice here, Edmund, right away, even off a make, Leigh is pushing the ball immediately, trying to catch Leland in transition.
Yeah, they really are, and they're doing a really good job. And the way that I look at it right now, they're just attacking this offense, and that's what you want to look for. And folks, if you hear some other voices, we are right next to the bench, and that's Coach Shapiro that's talking to his group. First free throw goes in, and looking for the deuce here is number 2, Dylan Johnson.
Johnson knocks down both free throws. As Coach Shapiro not happy with his coaching staff for not knowing the foul call. So here is Kiershagar far wing. Kiershagar thought about a 3. Now it's going to drive. Jumps in the air. Finds Baba. They move it over to Alamu. Crossover with the left hand. Pulls up from 14. Off the front of the iron. And a rebound by Kisei. So here comes the drive by the Longhorns. Up by 4. Looking to add more. Smith, right wing. Being watched there by Baba. They move it around the key to Leigh. Leigh drives right to the rim, scoop layup, and puts it home. Max Leigh with his first bucket of the night, and it's a 13-7 lead with just under 2 minutes to play in the first for the Longhorns.
And that's a great job by Leigh. Took advantage of the aggressive nature of his defender, raced right by him.
McKnight nails a 3 from the right wing, and that's going to cut the Leigh lead in half, 13-10 now with 1:30 to play in the first. Kisei looking for somewhere to go to break the press, finds Leigh. They give it to Johnston. Johnston up top to Leigh, left-hand dribble, crosses over, gets a step, bounce pass to Senefeld, and a travel. But a nice move by Max Leigh, the quickness, able to just make a simple crossover and get into the paint. Leland getting lucky with the travel call, good help defense inside, and now a chance to tie it or cut it to a 1-point lead.
Yeah, good possession right here for Leland. Even if you miss it, you just want a good shot here, and they've been taking some good ones in the last couple possessions, just haven't been able to get all of them to land.
Weber, who's checked in the game, has it up top. They move it over to Baba. 3, McKnight, another one straight on, and off the front of the iron. Senefo the rebound. Johnston will push. Minute to play here in the first 3-point lead for Leigh. Here's a layup down low. Smith in transition, the pass from Johnston, and another bucket for the Longhorns. Everybody on the starters has scored.
And again, just attacking the bucket.
Kiershagar, left wing, dribbles with the left hand, gives it to McKnight. McKnight, left wing, working against Kisei, gives it straight on Weber into the corner. Alamu, 3 ball, and he puts it home. Fraud Alamu with his first 3 of the night, and it's a 15-13 lead here for Leigh. 30 seconds to play in the first, and a Leland steal in transition. Kiershagar got a hand on it.
Yeah, just trying to force that pass to start that offense right there on the high post, and a turnover for Leland. Now down by 2, 20 seconds left.
So with how poorly Coach Shapiro seems like his team has played in his eyes, they have a chance now to take the lead at the end of 1 quarter.
Yeah, they really have, and they've shown the ability. And like you said, down by 5, now down by 2.
Kiershagar driving, lost the handle, ball on the ground, gets it up, gets it over to Baba, left wing 3 off the back of the iron, and doesn't drop home. So after 1 quarter of play, it is 15 for the home team Leigh, and the Leland Chargers with 13.
Folks, I want to give a shout out to Kevin Moore, our friend at Central Coast Sports Broadcasting, making a difference in our community. And also, we here at Central Coast Sports, your source for high school athletics all season long. Follow us this regular season with the 2019 CCS playoffs right around the corner. Drop us a line with your thoughts, your feedback, ccsblive@gmail.com. For more information, you can also go to our website, centralcoastsports.live. We're also on Facebook, Central Coast Sports Broadcasting. And you know, Carlo, I think right now I'm just going to take this to you. Like you said, it started out really all Leigh. And not that they ever had an exorbitant lead by any means, but they just seemed to be doing the right things, going to the bucket, forcing fouls, getting quick shots. And it's been Leland's ability to stay in this game without their superstar. And you can tell that for Kiershagar, he looks like he's pressed in a little bit, trying to make something happen. But his teammates really have picked him up, trailing by 2, and really looking like the Leland team we expected to see here.
Yeah, credit Connor Smith a lot for playing great defense on Kiershagar. He's really only had 1 good look, and, of course, he hit that one from deep. But Leigh, again, we mentioned Luka Kisei. The whole, it seemed like, the first 6 minutes of that first quarter. But he did not score after grabbing those first 8. So interesting there, Leland switching up the defensive philosophy, able to shut down Kisei from really scoring past those first 8 points. And let's hope them climb back into this game.
Yeah, and I think right now when you look at the starting 5, Carl, as you reintroduce him, giving Shenfield a little break, let him catch his breath, because he played a really strong first quarter. And again, missed a couple shots, but did a lot of things like blocks and keeping defensive feet moving.
Here's a drive by McKnight. Air ball on the layup. Rebound taken away by Johnson. Johnson will give it over to Kisei. Kisei brings it up left side. Owen Dyer has checked into the game for Senefil. Here's Kisei from the left block, and a pretty move gets him a deuce.
That's a signature move. Kisei goes hard. He puts that shoulder in like he's going to go up, and then he just has a nice flip shot.
And McKnight just goes right to the bucket and gets another deuce. That's 5 for McKnight, and it's a 17-15 lead here for the Longhorns as we get a foul in transition on Baba, working against Johnston. So 7:24 to play, 2-point lead for the Longhorns.
Yeah, McKnight has done a really nice job. He's got some great looks tonight, too. And you talk about, we always mention Kierkegaard's ability to create his own shots. McKnight has done a lot of that tonight, Carla.
And McKnight and Kierkegaard, the number 1 and 2 scorers for Leland. Here is Kisei up top, goes off a Smith screen, tries to find the rolling Connor Smith, but that ball sails over his head out of bounds. And now Leland with an opportunity to grab their first lead of the second quarter.
Yeah, and I think Kisei was just throwing that ball away. He really had nowhere to go, and I think it would have been an easy turnover. And instead of getting a putback, I think he did the right thing, just throw it away.
As Baba's drive on the right alley gets him to the free throw line. And they're going to say on the ground, though, with the hand check. So an inbound here, 17-15, 7 minutes to play here in the first half. Leigh on top. Kierkegaard, 3 to take the lead, right corner, give it to him. Sohan Kierkegaard with the second one from downtown, and it's an 18-17 lead for the Chargers. And they force a turnover on the press. So the second turnover Leland has forced on the press in the last 4 possessions for Leigh.
Yeah, great job by Kierkegaard. He got the 3. You can't give him any space, and he fired one up. It goes in, and then he makes the play that causes the turnover, going back the other way for the Chargers, up by 1.
6:40 to play here. Leland looking to add to the 1-point lead. Kierkegaard working against Smith. Rips through at the near block. Bounces it over to Alamu. Alamu thought about a 3. Drives into the lane and has his pass stolen away by Johnson. Nobody in front of him. And Dylan Johnson lays it home for 2. His first field goal of the night with 6:23 to play in the second. It is a 19-18 lead for Leigh.
It's that speed of Johnson and Leigh. It's tough. You get those turnovers, they're going full coast to coast.
Here is McKnight, left wing. McKnight rips through, behind the back dribble. Now spins, pump fakes, left hand layup. Pretty move by Shane McKnight, and he gets a deuce.
That was Kevin McHale-esque. Just so many different moves to get that too.
McKnight almost with a steal in transition, as Weber was slow to close out in the corner, and Shapiro not happy with that one.
But
So
I'll tell you one thing, Carlo, that I really like what the Chargers are doing. They are forcing the corners. They're just going ahead, forcing you to the sidelines, and then able to cut you off and force erratic passes. Doing a great job defensively on that press.
20-19, the lead for the Chargers. Here with 5:45 to play in the second. Here is Johnston. Into the corner he goes to Leigh. Back to Johnston. Driving with the left hand. Moves it out. Kisei, 3 ball. Left it short. Alamu with the rebound. Baseball pass up ahead to Kierkegaard, who saves it from going out of bounds. Now fires a 3 from the right wing, and it's off the back iron. As you can see, Kierkegaard's got the green light all week.
Yeah, he's got the Steph Curry, I can put it up from anywhere type of attitude, too.
Here is Dreyer, layup from 10, and too strong off the front iron. Alamu seems like to haul down every rebound, grabs another one.
Yeah, he's done a terrific job. And again, a little bit of a travel, got away with it, had a good look inside the paint and just couldn't get it to hit.
Here is Alamu, left wing. 5 minutes of play here in the second. 20-19 lead for Leland. Here's Kierkegaard. He'll drive by Dreyer, layup over Kisei, and good job by Kisei, able to make Kierkegaard affect his shot as he missed that layup. Here's Smith up top. Kisei into the right corner. Dyer wide open, left it short, and Kierkegaard another rebound.
That's great ball movement though by the Longhorns. I mean, they went in, popped 1 foot inside the key, kicked it out on 2 separate occasions.
Here is down low Weber, and the foul. Right block there for Preston Weber. Able to get the bucket, and will walk to the line to try to complete the 3-point play with 4:29 to play in the second.
Yeah, and that foul is going to be against Kisei. That's his first personal foul. And that will allow Weber to go to the line to try to transition this 3-point opportunity to increase the lead by 4.
22-19. the lead here for the visitors as the free throw rolls around the rim and out for Weber. So here comes Johnson, crosses over to the right hand, now tries to drive. Kierkegaard's right there. Here is Leigh driving, kicks it out up top to Clay, who's just checked into the game. Clay now in the right corner, drives baseline, looking for room, stripped by Alamu, and it'll be out of bounds to Leigh.
That was a good baseline drive, though. I mean, good defense by Alamu, but I'll tell you, if you look at what Clay had done, he had a step. He just couldn't hold on to the ball and get it up because he did have room go straight to the bucket.
Leigh will inbound. 3-point lead here for Leland. Leigh trying to cut into it. Here's Smith, drives, right block, layup, off glass, and drops home. Connor Smith picks his spots with when he shoots, but he makes sure it's a great shot every time.
He really does. He got that ball off his hand quickly before the bigger player in Weber had a chance to try to defend it.
Here's Kierkegaard, right wing. 1-point lead for the Chargers. Up top, Weber's got it, swings it left wing to Baba. Baba now straight on. McKnight will fire deep three off the screen and off the side of the iron. Rebound coming. Here comes Leigh. Leigh working against Weber. In and out cross. Right wing Clay takes a dribble. Finds Smith up top. They move it left wing wide open. Three coming from Johnston and give it to him. Dylan Johnston with his first triple of the night. And it's a 24-22 lead. Leigh back on top here at home with 3:20 to play in the second.
And you were exactly right. If you're going to give it to him, he made him pay. Great shot by Johnston.
Here's Kierkegaard up top, McKnight. McKnight hands off Alamu. Alamu working against Leigh. Drives, gives it to Weber. Beautiful feed, and Weber with an easy two.
Great ball movement. Great work together and getting the big man involved, and a nice drive to the bucket by Weber.
So knotted at 24 with 3 to play in the first half. Johnson moves it to Clay right wing. Back up top to Johnson. Just nailed a 3. Working now against Baba. Drives into the lane. Double clutch layup off the backboard. Nothing else. And Kierkegaard pulls down the rebound.
Yeah, a little too eager to try to get that bucket in there, and they could have worked the ball around like they've done every time and gotten good shots.
Alamu nails a 3 from the left corner. He loves that spot, Edmond. He has knocked down 2 threes now from the near corner, and it's a 27-24 lead with 2:30 to play here in the first half.
You're exactly right, and he finds that open space, so he just keeps working and working and working, and he finds it. And once again, this is a problem that the Longhorns are trying to get done with this trap. Need to go middle, not go sideline.
Yeah, they bait the overhead pass into the corner and then have McKnight run over and try to steal it. As coming into the game will be Desarma. As they change the call and give it to Leigh. So originally it was out of bounds to Leland, but instead with 2:21 to play here in the first half, they'll give it the ball to the Longhorns, who are down 3.
You know, I think what Coach Shapiro was saying, at the very least, give it a jump ball versus just make that call one way or the other.
So Johnston will bring it up. His team down 3, looking to trim the lead. Desarma watches him up top. Now they move it over to Leigh. Leigh will drive into the lane, jumps up in the air, somehow finds Shenefil. Shenefil rips through, and he gets fouled. It will be on the ground, though, and with only 4 team fouls, it will be an inbound here for Leigh.
You know, and it's a great thing that Shenefeld has that big body, Carlo, because that was just kind of tossed up in no man's land. But, you know, once again, just a great job in good hands. And for Kierkegaard, that's going to be a foul on him, and that's going to be his first.
So here is Johnston in the corner. Thought about driving, now will drive. Gives it Clay right corner. Goes baseline, running out of real estate. Layup is an air ball right over the rim, and Kierkegaard brings home the rebound. Just under 2 minutes to play. Kierkegaard tries to fire one into Weber, stolen away by Leigh. Leigh with that quickness, drives, gives it to Johnston. Johnston working against Alamu right wing. Drives into the lane, floater from 10, too strong off the back iron, but it falls to Johnston, who will try a 3 left wing, and he buries it. Dylan Johnson just staying with the play, knocks down his second 3 of the quarter, and we're knotted at 27 with 1:30 to play in the first half.
You couldn't ask for a better back-and-forth game like we're seeing here tonight. And for Johnson, Leigh just doing a great job, second shots, keeping themselves involved.
Here's McKnight, take another beautiful move down low. Shane McKnight has the handles of a guard, but his big man post work, Edmond, is fantastic.
Yeah, it really is. He moves his feet extremely well.
As Kierkegaard kicks it out of bounds on the pass with 1:08 to play here in the first half, 29-27, the lead for the Leland Chargers. So Leigh will bring it up top. crosses the timeline, left side being watched by DeSarma. Now crosses over, splits the defense into the lane, shovel pass looking for Kisei, and it's stolen away by Alamu. Alamu finds McKnight. Numbers here for Leland. McKnight right to the rim, layup and the foul. Shane McKnight turns the corner, gets in the paint, and another and one coming here for the Chargers.
And I think it's one of the things that Coach Baldwin is going to have to discuss with his team, that, you know, if you're going to go to the bucket and you're going to miss, you better have defenders back, because this Leland team, they're going coast to coast without question.
McKnight with his 10th point of the 32 for Leland. They lead by 5 with just under a minute to play, as Leigh is fouled in the backcourt by DeSarma. This Leland press has really been the trouble for the Longhorns. It seems like once they're able to get in their half-court sets, that's where they find their success. The question is, can you not pass it into the baited areas?
Yeah, that's and a touch pass right there, and all he really needed to do was just a nice touch pass, and he had Chenefeld wide open.
Yeah, it's Chenefeld, you want to throw it up, and instead tried to bounce it to him. Easy steal for Kirschigar. Up top, here's DeSarma. Left corner, Alamu once again. This one doesn't drop home, but he gets his own rebound. Now they give it to McKnight, and it'll be a one shot here for Leland, leading 32-27. 20 seconds to play here in the first half.
Young basketball players, if you're watching this game, always do what these guys, follow your shots. You might be surprised how many offensive boards you have, and keep your own self in play.
Here is Kirschigar, right wing. Clock hits 9, takes a dribble, looking for Weber. Step back 3, Kirschigar, and he puts it home. So on Kirschigar, another triple. Leigh will launch one at the buzzer from half court. No good, and that is the end of the first half. After 16 minutes, 35-27, Leland on top here at halftime.
Yeah, unbelievable. I'll tell you, it was a 3-point lead with 1:07 in the half, and the next thing you know, you got Leland that goes on that small run. But, you know, I think it's been a great first half. I'm looking forward to a super second half. The athletic director, Jim Shaughnessy, is going to join you. Carlo, have a chance to visit with you and speak with you. And we appreciate, Jim, you having us here, allowing us to watch this game and calling it. I mean, this kind of basketball action that we love and we appreciate. So I'm going to you want to do it? Okay, I'll do it. So I'll have a chance to talk to Jim Shaughnessy, the athletic director for Leigh High School. And, Jim, first off, thank you again so very much. We appreciate being here. You know, this team is one that I looked – no, you're good. You're good. I looked at the standings a couple weeks ago. You're undefeated, first place, and then you have just these ups and downs. And, you know, and that's – I think it makes me laugh, because a lot of people were asking about the game tonight. Tell me about Leigh. And I said, you know, they're 8-3. And they said, weren't they undefeated? And I said, yes. I said, but you're dealing with 16, 17, 18-year-old young men. And as quickly as you can be up, you can be down, but you can be right back up again. You know, one of the things I just wanted to ask you, too, is, you know, you participated down in the Torrey Pines tournament, had a chance for those boys to take that road trip. Jim, how important is that, in your opinion, for these young guys, you know, as a bonding time and to really kind of learn more about themselves and to represent this school at such a prestigious event like the Torrey Pines tournament?
I think it's a great experience for our guys. We took them to Hawaii last year for the Punahou tournament, which is a very big nationally renowned tournament. Torrey Pines is also the same way. Our coach has a philosophy of playing probably one of the toughest preseason schedules possible to get them ready for the very tough Mountain Hamilton division. I think one of the byproducts, though, from that is, yeah, these guys get very close. We had senior night last week, and I think to each one of them, their memories that they really take away were from our trip to Hawaii and a trip to Torrey Pines and just being around the team. I think it makes it a much more positive working environment. You know, coming to practice every day is pretty tough. But I think that's one of those things that really does help them become a better team and play a lot better. So
the voice you're listening to is Jim Shaughnessy, the athletic director here at Leigh High School. You had mentioned the preseason, 2-8 in the preseason.
Yes.
And yet when you look at that schedule, I think 2-8 is an accomplishment because you didn't play anyone that you could have just said, you know what, we're going to get everybody a chance to play. We could still maybe win by 10, 15, double digits. Like you said, you play the best. But, you know, you hit that tough patch of 3 games, including that one against Evergreen Valley that I know collectively you all just saying, oh, my goodness, you know, what happened to us? And I guess when I look at you, Jim, I look at Coach Baldwin, I look at that staff and how involved you all are, Is it tough sometimes to get those kids back up and have them refocus and get their attitudes where they should be? Because, again, 16, 17, 18-year-old kids, and you don't want them to take anything for granted because, like you said, for seniors, this is it. And you may not recognize it now, but you're going to look back 5 years and say, oh, my gosh, I wish I could have.
Yeah, I think everybody goes through that in high school. It is tough with young teens. I think a couple other things go into that one for us as well. Not trying to make excuses, but when you play a 3-game week,
those are tough now.
You start to lose focus. I think some of them may have a hard time focusing in class for an hour and a half as well. But that's kids. You can ask any parent. Probably a lot of directions go in one ear and out the other. The other thing is, I think you also got to look at our league. Santa Teresa is probably one of the most talented 2-8 teams.
Isn't that the truth?
Evergreen's one of the best coach teams. I can't place his name, but coach came from Georgia, and they're an excellently coached team. I don't think there are any easy wins in our league. That's one of those things that we like. We strive to be in that in every sport up in the Mount Hamilton division. We're pretty close to having every one of our teams there. And so that's usually one of those things that kind of helps the kids focus. Sure. Is you got a tough opponent every night. But yeah, it does take you a little back because you don't like to see the failure. But I think one of the biggest things that you can learn from failure is dealing with adversity and how can you come back and succeed. I know that's been one of their focuses, talking with the coaching staff, is, okay, we've lost 3. We've got to figure out how to get the ball in the hoop because we've been not shooting it too well. They've been shooting it pretty well tonight. Some turnovers, which, nobody likes. But their big focus is finishing strong. We have, Leland tonight, Willow Glen on a big game at their place on Friday night. And then next week, really talk about being tough. We got to go play our rival at their house. And it's a big night for everyone there. It's going to be Coaches Against Cancer night. Coach from Branham unfortunately lost his wife 3 years ago. So we're hoping to have a big turnout for that. But once again, a lot of stuff going on around the game. It's easy for 16, 17-year-olds to lose focus. Or at the same time, really a good way for them to double down and really focus hard because they want to make a good push and get a very high seed in CCS and try to do a great job there. So, teachable moments.
There you go.
Educationally based athletics, so at its best.
The voice you're listening to is the athletic director for Leigh High School, Jim Shaughnessy. And Jim, you talked about senior night that you had last week. You talked about, this home game. I look at this crowd. I look at the student body. I look at the parents and all the support. When you look back upon these seniors, is it hard for you when you see these young kids coming in wide-eyed, 14 years old, going, oh, my goodness, this is what high school's all about 4 years later? These are some of the lasting moments. What's it like for you to watch these kids grow for 4 years?
To be real honest, I've been doing this for about 25 years. My dad is in his 60th season coaching. He taught for about 45 years, so 60 years coaching. I think one of the things I saw him do was stay very young. He's 83 and still gets around extremely well. Loves yelling at the kids and throwing an arm around them when they've done not as much as they'd like to do, and really happy to see them when they do succeed. And that's one of the things that's kept me in this job for this long. Get to coach a little here and there, and that's always nice. Get out of the office and connect with the kids. And, yeah, that's the biggest thing is I don't go work in an office and hang by the water cooler and root for a professional team. I have plenty of teams here that I'm very well invested in. And so it's nice. It's a nice way to make a living.
Yes, it is. And like you said, if the gymnasium or the athletic field, if that's your office, that's a darn nice day.
Yep, yeah. Even a bad day is a good day.
It really is.
When you're out there. And that's the thing. You get to see kids grow. You're exactly right. Guys shooting right there. It's one of those things that those little things that stick with you. Owen Dyer is a senior. He's been on varsity 3 years. He's the sixth man. He comes off the bench. No ego about him. And, just when you start to see all these stories in professional sports, you have a guy like that who reminds his teammates and all the adults on campus of how good people can be because he last year gave up one of his starts in the Pono Hill tournament to another guy that he felt was working harder at practice than anybody and deserved it. It's something you want to teach everybody, and you wish people would do it driving on the road or in life, and here we are learning it from a kid. So that's, I mean, speaks to him, speaks to his family, the person he is, and the young man that they've raised. But it's just a joy and a blessing to be around kids like that, and real fortunate to have him here at Leigh.
Jim Shaughnessy, the athletic director here at Leigh High School, can't thank you enough for allowing us to be here. Thank you for the time. It was really nice speaking with you. And appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Go Horns.
There you go. And that's Jim Shaughnessy. He's the athletic director for Leigh. Just really appreciate the school here having us and allowing us to bring this game to you. And you know, Carla, one of the things that he'd mentioned, and you know, and I thought it was great. You know, he had talked about Owen Dyer, and for Owen Dyer, he himself was a one-time starter and gave up his spot last year because he felt that another player deserved it more than he did. And I think that just says a lot about some of these young men and some of the things that, you know, they're trying to do. And, you know, now that we have you back on, we're going to go to the Arnie Van Massenhausen of the Home Services Lending Scoreboard. With Arnie, your customer for life. Let his products, programs, and services protect your largest asset and home. For financing needs, call Arnie today, 408-858-4906. Carla, why don't you take us around the horn and let us know what other games are going on in the Mount Hamilton.
Well, Willow Glen playing over at Piedmont Hills. Piedmont Hills, the other team, tied in second place with this Leigh team here tonight. Branham over at Santa Teresa. Both those teams looking to move up from the bottom half of the standings. And Pioneer playing over at Evergreen. Both those teams 3-8 in BVAL. Well, time now for our first half here in Leigh High School. As we get set here, 35-27, the lead here for the Longhorn, or the Chargers, as the Longhorns bring up the ball. Here's Shenefeld, gives it over right wing, Smith into the corner. Johnston has it, working against McKnight. Bounce pass into the corner, over to Kisei, and Kisei throws it away to Kierschigar. Kierschigar looking to push, gives it to McKnight. McKnight led both sides in scoring in the first half with 12 as they find Alamu in the right corner. Alamu, left-hand dribble, up top to Baba. They move it to McKnight, working against Johnson. McKnight going right to the rim, floats it to Weber. Beautiful pass, and Weber from the right block gets a two.
Put it where no one else could get it. Threw it up high and allow his big man Weber to get it. Nice job at McKnight.
So Weber with his 6 point, and it's a 37-27 lead, the largest lead of the night for Leland, and another turnover here for the Longhorns.
Yeah, and this press has given all kinds of fits to this group, and I'll tell you, you know, they have been really, really fortunate to minimize the mistakes, but I'll tell you, this press has been impressive.
7 minutes to play here in the third. It's a 10-point lead. Kierschigar looking to make it 13, and he does. It's 4 threes on the night for Sohan Kierschigar, and it's a 40-27 lead. Leland starting to run away with it. Here is Kesey, drives, poked from behind, right to Senefeld. Senefeld from the right block, an easy two.
Yeah, a little shuffle of the feet, but I'll tell you, for Senefeld, he's trying to keep these guys in the game, and if they can get past this press and at least get behind it, that's the key here. But again, just trying to keep it close, down by 11.
Baba over to Kierschigar. Kierschigar looking to drive, 11-point lead here for Leland. McKnight right wing, crosses over to the right hand. Now hands off over to Baba, into the lane. Right hand layup, too strong. Put back by Weber, is blocked away by Kesey, and almost a turnover. Weber fought for it, but Leigh comes up with it. So Senefeld will bring it up. Longhorns break the press, looking to trim the 11-point lead. Here's Johnston. Finds it over to Leigh. Leigh left-hand dribble up top into the right wing, wide open. Kesey, 3-ball off the side of the iron. Kierschigar a rebound, and with just under 6 minutes to play in the third, Leland will push.
And it's just one of those things like Kesey, he was about 26 feet out. He really needed to kind of work his foot, get his footwork together, get close to that line because he had a wide open three-pointer.
Kierschigar up top, McKnight. McKnight fakes the handoff. Leland looking to add to their largest lead of the night, as Kierschigar's three is waved off due to an illegal screen there by Baba. But counting that one, Edmund, I do not think Kierkegaard has missed from downtown.
No, he hasn't. At least he's hit his last 3. Folks, if you're tired of fake food loaded with junk, then eat clean, go green. Try the Green Waffle, delicious new alternative to healthy eating, our newest sponsor. Check out their website, thegreenwaffle.com.
So here is the press from the Chargers. Leigh looks to break it as Kesey has it stripped. Kierkegaard, corner 3, give it to him. Another one for Sohan Kierkegaard, his 5th of the game. And they finally break the press. Senefil has it, and they move it over to the right wing, Kesey. A 43-29 lead here for Leland. 5 minutes to play in the second. The largest lead of the night for the Chargers, who with a win clinched the BVAL Mount Hamilton division for the first time since 2015. Clay has it. Now he'll move it down low into the right block. Kesey, follow a jumper, left it short, rebound Weber. Kesey couldn't get it to go from 10, his signature shot as we mentioned earlier, and now Leland with the ball looking to add to the 14-point lead.
Yeah, and defensively, when you look at how Leland, they played some tough defense, but again, they've just set some good picks, allowed Kierkegaard to get open, and all he needs is just a foot of space.
Kierkegaard, another one from the left wing. Sohan Kierkegaard making it rain indoors as the Longhorns are going to try to cool him off and call time. 46-29. Sohan Kierkegaard scored all of the points he had in the first half in 3 minutes and 30 seconds, and Leland is up by 17.
Yeah, and it really has everything to do with just how quickly he can get his shot off. And again, he got a nice pick. He came around it, got the ball, didn't hesitate, went right up. And, I mentioned Steph Curry, and again, only because of the fact that with Steph Curry, that shot is off before you even have a chance to defend it. Folks, a couple of sponsors we want to recognize. Looking for a fresh, rich, Sicilian-style pizza? Come check out Pomodoro Pizza, not too far away, 6932 Almaden Expressway in San Jose for your ultimate pizza experience. Stop by today. For more than 4 decades, no construction company ranks higher in award-winning projects such as school, nonprofits, high-tech campuses, enhancing and enriching our community. Look no further than Block Construction. For more info, www.block.com. And with a coast-to-coast footprint of over 300 U.S.-based production sites, you can see why Vulcan Materials, an essential part of our country's makeover, including road, bridge repair, construction of office buildings, schools, hospitals, and more. Giving back to our community, shaping our future, vulcanmaterials.com. It's everything you said about this team, Carlo. Their ability to be quick to the bucket, their ability to shoot threes. The one thing that you failed to mention, how great the big men can pass the basketball. I mean, McKnight has really passed the ball well. He and Weber have worked really well together in the paint, and you have to stay 1 foot in the block because you can't let those guys beat you either.
Yeah, McKnight makes it really hard to try to help underneath because he just gives that touch pass over to Weber, who's right there, always ready for it for an easy 2. So 4:30 to play here in the third, 46-29 the lead for Leland. Here's the trap for Kesey into the corner, and another one on Baba as it will be side out of bounds.
Yeah, one of the things that I don't like about how the Longhorns are trying to beat this press, Carlo, it's a 3-2 press with 3 in the backcourt, and yet they're trying to counter with 3 of their own. You really want 4 in the front court and have to push this press back so that you're just not getting just bottlenecked.
Here is up top, Senefil, and that one's taken away by Kierkegaard. Layup at the rim, and that's his first 2 of the night. Sohan Kierkegaard's got 20, and it is a 48-29 lead. Leland on top. Clay breaks the press, drives, tries to go to the wraparound to Kesey, saves it into the corner, and now fires up to Johnson, left wing. Johnson will drive, gets a step, layup over Weber, rolls around and out, rebound. McKnight comes down with it, and McKnight will bring it up for the Chargers, looking to continue to add to the lead. McKnight to the rim, gets fouled. Smith will be called on the foul. Once again, Shane McKnight gets the ball, puts his head down, and goes to the rim and earns himself a trip to the free throw line.
Yeah, 13-2 advantage for Leland here in the third quarter. It was 35-27, and here we are 48-29, and with a chance to go to a 20-plus point lead.
And 11 of those 13, Sohan Kierkegaard. McKnight knocks down the free throw, his second free throw of the game. 13 points for McKnight. Dyer in.
McKnight at the line. 1 shot.
Leigh will check in here for the Longhorns. As all of a sudden, as you mentioned, Edmund, a 21-point lead here for Leland. 3:40 to play here in the third. Here is Smith. Gives it over to Johnson into the middle. Nice press break there by the Longhorns. Here's Smith. Right block jumper off the side of the iron. Rebound, Kierkegaard. Full court pass for Weber. Somehow finds him. Weber in the lane. Layup too strong. But right there is McKnight for the pushback. Bailing out his teammate there, as Weber did not have a look, but McKnight there to clean it up. Here's a double coming from DeSarma and Alamu, and Johnson is fouled. 52-29, 3:13 to play in the third. Leland dominating the third quarter as the Longhorns try to mount a comeback right here.
Yeah, if you look at the guard play, just really frustrated both Leigh and also Johnson, and yet, you know, they're doing what they can. And again, this is a really good press. They just have to take their time like they beat it the last one and just work the ball, work the clock. I know you're down by a lot, but you just can't force these turnovers.
Here's a jumper by Smith. Back iron miss from the far block extended, but a putback there for the Chargers.
Yeah, for the Longhorns, that was Max Leigh doing a great job and just keeping with that basketball, tracking it down and tipping it back in.
So Leigh with the bucket. It's 31-52. Leland on top here with 2:30 to play. Here's Alamu. Layup in the lane and puts it home. And the offense here for the Chargers has just been unstoppable. I don't think they've gone a trip without a bucket, as Kierkegaard kicks it out of bounds with 2:28 to play. So 31-54, the lead for Leland, a team that averages only about 65 points a game, well on their way to that and more. Up top, Johnson gets a step on Weber, layup at the lane and puts it home. Dylan Johnson once again with that quick crossover and an easy two. 33-54, here come the Chargers. Kierkegaard, right being washed by Smith. Up top, McKnight. He'll try from distance. McKnight off the front of the iron, and Dyer comes down with a rebound.
Yeah, like you said, Carla, one of the few misses this quarter.
Here's a crossover to the right hand. Dyer layup gets fouled. And pretty crossover by Johnson. Allows him to get a step on. It seems like every defender, as Dangtran's going to check back into the game for the first time since the first quarter.
And for Weber, that's his first personal foul, fourth team foul. 21-point lead here, 154 in the quarter.
As Johnson hits the free throw. He's got 13 on the night, leading the way for Leigh. As Johnson hits both. So here comes DeSarma looking to break the press, turns it over, looking for the skip pass to Alamu. Here is a layup by Leigh. That is Casey with the easiest bucket of the night, 37-54, 1:40 to play here in the third.
But still a pretty up and under nonetheless.
Yeah. Casey has shown he has the footwork down low. Here's Kierkegaard, a three, left wing, rolls around and out, his first miss of the night. As here comes the Longhorns the other way. Johnson turns the corner on Dangtran. Nice move, able to slow up about 5 feet from the rim and then spin back middle, and it's a 15-point ball game.
Yeah, he just lulled his defender to sleep and went right back to the bucket.
Here is Alamu, pump fakes, now drives baseline, throws it up off the head of Johnson, and it will be Leland basketball out of bounds. Alamu was looking for Dangtran inside, and Coach Shapiro will call time with 1:06 to play here in the third. 54-39. The lead for the Chargers.
Folks, outfitters of Nike, Under Armour, and other national brands, there's only one team with the best supply network in high school athletics. That's BSN Sports. Give John Gillette a call today, 408-209-6433. You can also check out their website, bsnsports.com. And also San Jose's Hot Country, 95.3 KRTY, not only the best in country music, but offering the best in local sports. KRTY is the South Bay home of the Golden State Warriors, as well as a great partner with us here at Central Coast Sports Broadcasting, bringing you high school sports in the South Bay. For more info, go to the website, krty.com. centralcoastsports.com. And then also entering our 10th year with the most live high school sports coverage in the area, Central Coast Sports Broadcasting. Want to give a big shout out to our broadcasters, Carlo, Spencer, so many that have helped and continue to give back to our communities with the best in high school sports. For the latest updates and scheduling, check out our website, centralcoastsports.live. You can also follow us on Facebook, Central Coast Sports Broadcasting. And Carlo, once again, 54-39. They're cutting into that lead a little bit, are the Longhorns, but a lot of it is just taking their time now and not pressing.
So here's the inbound. It gets to the Sarma left wing. It'll go up top. Alamu into the corner. McKnight drives against Kesey. Behind the back dribble. Jumps in the air. Trying to find Alamu up top. And it falls to him off a deflection. 1 minute remaining here in the third. 15-point lead as Clay gets the steal from Kierkegaard, but steps out of bounds. But only 6 seconds to shoot here for the Chargers.
That's a great job by Clay, too. Good anticipation of that ball. He just couldn't keep his balance.
Kierkegaard driving into the lane, looking for the bounce pass off the knees of the Longhorns, and a shot clock violation. So a good 35 seconds of defense there for the Longhorns, who now have a chance, Edmund. You get 1 or 2 more possessions, you can make this a 10-point ball game before the fourth quarter.
And, you know, I realize that's a great defensive job by the Longhorns, but it's almost a win for Leland. They took 35 seconds off the clock, even though they didn't get a bucket. That's, you know, time that you're taking away from a group 15 down that desperately needs to get some buckets back. But once again, the Longhorns, all you have to do, take your time, beat this press, take it 1 bucket at a time.
Here is Dyer, comes back to the ball and breaks the press. They give it to Kesey. Kesey's going to go back to Dyer. And Dyer will drive down the left side. Behind the back dribble, being doubled there. Jumps up in the air and finds Kesey straight on. Kesey being watched by Jangtran. Behind the back dribble, into the lane. Right hand layup, left it short. Pretty move, but no bucket. And a rebound taken him by Kierkegaard. Kierkegaard bounces to McKnight. And Coach Shapiro yelling at his team, 1 shot, as they lead 54-39 here with 12 seconds to play in the third. Kierkegaard, he's been the man of the third quarter. He'll drive, left-hand layup at the rim and give it to him. Sohan Kierkegaard with his 13th point of the quarter as Kesey launches from half court, off the backboard, but nothing else, and that's the end of 3. 56-39, a 17-point lead for the Chargers, thanks to an offensive explosion by Sohan Kierkegaard. Time now for our Green Waffle in-game summary. You need a snack or a quick healthy protein fix, all natural, 9 grams of Power Pack protein. The Green Waffle. For a complete list of locations, more info on this dynamic product, go to their website at thegreenwaffle.com. Eat clean, go green. Well, Edmund, it was kind of back and forth there up until that 3-minute point of the second quarter. Leland was able to pull ahead by about 7 before halftime, but then as we mentioned, that 13-2 run right out of the half, whatever Coach Shapiro said to his team at halftime, it clicked, and they were able to come out and now dominating up 17 with 8 minutes to play.
And it was that press. It was just their ability to cause turnovers, cause havoc, take off-balance shots, all the things that we didn't see in this first quarter at all from Leigh, and I think that's why they came out, because they really played their own game. And then when you get defeated on that press, you start pressing yourself. And as it turns out, there's just been too many moments in this game with Leigh that, they were trying to get the quick bucket instead of taking their time, working the ball around the key, setting some high picks, doing some different things that we haven't seen for a while now. But, like I said, down by 17 and really needing to do something here and make a stand early. I mean, if you can get by 6 minutes and you can cut into this lead from 17 to about 12 or 11, you have a shot. But, I mean, you've got to start making your run, and that's all going to be based upon taking good shots.
And in the beginning of that first half, it was Leigh able to break the press really by just moving the ball quickly and not dribbling, and we'll see if they go back to that here in the fourth. Here's a pass over to Kierkegaard, layup inside, left hand too strong, rebound fought for. Kierkegaard comes up with it and finds Baba up top. Baba will give it to Alamu right wing. 7:40 to play here in the final quarter. Leland up 17. So a win tonight would clinch the BVL Mount Hamilton Division title. Here's up top. McKnight will try for 3, and we get an off-ball foul coming against Leigh. And it will go against Jaden Clay. So with 7:31 to play here in the fourth, it'll be out of bound Leland ball up 17. Here's Kierkegaard, 3-ball, right wing, off the front of the iron, rebound taken by Johnson. Johnson to Clay, Clay left-handed layup off the front of the iron. McKnight hauls down the rebound. Baba in transition into the corner. Dangtran goes baseline, lost his footing, but keeps the dribble and gives it up top to McKnight. McKnight straight on to Baba. And Coach Shapiro gives the call to his team. 7 minutes to play here in the fourth. 17-point lead. Leland looking to add more. Here's a three. Alamu corner. Left it short. Rebound. Dangtran comes up with it. And he traveled. But a effort play by 22. As with 6:58 to play, it will be Longhorn basketball.
Yeah, Coach Shapiro just saying that, he was dragged back down. But I'll tell you what, Dangtran did a super job of just getting better position than Johnson did. Johnson looked like he didn't box anybody out, and he was ready to get the rebound. Then Dangtran just came in and got better position.
So here is Smith. He'll go to Johnson, far wing. Johnson floats it back to Smith. Looking for somewhere to go, gives into the corner. 3-ball coming here from Kirish, who's checked into the game, and that one does not drop home. Here's McKnight in transition. Left-handed layup and off glass and down. Shane McKnight's got 18, and it's a 58-39 lead for the Chargers as they get a steal in transition. Trying to go to Senefil was Johnson, and an easy steal for the Chargers.
Yeah, just trying to do things so quickly instead of taking your time and realizing that, every bucket's got to be the right one, not just try to get the quick one.
Here's McKnight, right wing. Leland looking to add to the lead and clinch the Mount Hamilton Division title in the BVAL. Behind the back dribble there for Alamu into the corner. 3-ball, Dangtran, back iron miss, and Johnson the rebound. Johnson's being pressured now, and a foul is going to be called on Kierkegaard, who is riding him up the court. But 58-39, with 5:58 to play here in the fourth, the lead for the Chargers.
Yeah, and if you look at Leland on the floor right now, they're just in great physical shape too. They're flying up and down the court every time you turn around.
And they play with only really 6 guys they've played with tonight, and nobody looks tired for the Chargers. Here's McKnight up top for Johnson into the right corner. It is Baba. Now Johnson drive, left-hand layup, and gets it home. So Johnson with another bucket, 18 points for the point guard, and it's 41-58, Leland on top.
Yeah, that was just a super scoop shot by Johnson.
McKnight looking to go cross-court to Alamu. Alamu picks it up, gives it to Kierkegaard. Kierkegaard straight on with the right-hand dribble. Up top, watching him is Kirish. Kirish, as Kierkegaard has it, goes off a screen from Alamu. Now will drive into the paint, growing baseline, jumps up in the air, right through the hands of Dangtran, but falls to Baba. Straight on 3 for Alamu, off the side of the iron. That doesn't drop home. Kierkegaard comes up with a rebound, goes up and gets fouled.
And it looks like they failed to reset the 30-second clock, because I thought it did hit rim, but it's a foul either way, so it'll be Kierkegaard that go to the line to shoot a pair.
So Kierkegaard already with 22, 13 of those coming in the third. Really the difference in this game. As he knocks down the first free throw.
Published quarterly for 30 years, folks. Don't miss the combination of business and lifestyle articles that affect the agricultural industry. Pick up a copy, Coastal Grower Magazine today, or subscribe via coastalgrowermag.com.
5 minutes to play here in the fourth. 59-41, the lead for Leland. Kierkegaard buries the second free throw, and it is a 19-point lead as McKnight steals it, throws it behind his back, and somehow it falls to Baba, whose layup is up, and he gets fouled.
And I think that really depicts how this night has been going. They have just been able to out-hustle. Made a great save, went right into the hands of Baba, who went up, smartly go to the bucket, and got fouled from behind.
Yeah, and this is a Leland team, really, that has yet to quit. And, you're up 19 as the free throw drops home for Baba. But they continue to play with this hustle. Smith, Kesey checks into the game. First points here for Trevor Baba. As he drops down both free throws, 62-41, now a 21-point lead here for Leland. Here's a full court pass. They find Kirish. Drives into the lane, lost the handle, and McKnight, another steal.
Yeah, just the frustration of being able to beat that press and not being able to hold on to it and effectively get a bucket for yourself.
Here's McKnight, left-hand layup, drives off backboard, nothing else. Here comes Johnston the other way for Leland. Johnston with the left hand, finds into the lane. They look for Kesey, and it's off Kesey's hands, out of bounds. That was Jacob Gonzalez on the drive. Gonzalez averaging 3 points a game. Has only played in 7 games this year as he gets a steal off the inbound. Layup from the right block, drops home.
Yeah, good job by Gonzalez. He made up for it off the turnover, got a turnover of his own, and got the layup and the bucket.
Alamu over at the left wing as Leland breaks the press. Here is McKnight. Moves it up top to Baba. For halfway point through this fourth quarter, Leland on their way to their first BVLA championship in the Mount Hamilton division since 2015. Alamu layup in the lane off the side of the iron. Rebound, Kierschigar put back, cannot fall home. And Kesey grabs the rebound. Here come the Longhorns. Here is Johnston. Crossover on Kierschigar into the corner. 3-ball coming from Kirish. Off the front of the iron. Put back by Kesey. Rolls around and down. Luke Kesey with his first bucket of the second half. And the Longhorns will call time, trailing 62-45 here with 3:35 to play in the fourth.
Yeah, Kesey and Johnson have been real bright lights for Leigh tonight. Authentic quality dishes with local ingredients, a uniquely seasoned crust, prepared fresh daily. That's Pomodoro Pizza in the Hamilton Valley, not too far down the road. A great place for great food on game night like tonight or any day of the week. 6932 Almaden Expressway, San Jose, or you can click the website, PomodoroPizzaAlmaden.com to place your order today. And, you know, Carlo, I got to say, when you talk about going into this game and you're looking at these two teams and the matchups that they have, just the shooting ability and the finishing touches of a McKnight, the shooting ability, you know, of a Kierschigar. But then, you know, you have, you know, and one of the unsung heroes, truthfully, I believe, is Alamu. I mean, Alamu really got them started to a point where you had to respect him on the three. And it opened everything when you had to realize, hey, we can't leave him on the arc by himself, so who else do we have to find? I mean, there's a lot of weapons on this team.
Yeah, Fraud Alamu had a big game last time as well. 16.6 rebounds, 3 assists for Santa Teresa, kind of their third scorer on this team. And when he gets going, it's a great night for the Chargers, and he's been able to play well so far. As we mentioned, yeah, kind of kept them afloat there in that first quarter. Had a couple of corner threes. Has yet to score since our first 8 minutes. But, I mean, for this Leland team, although we talk about the big scores in McKnight and Kierschigar, guys like Trevor Baba, guys like Fraud Alamu, who haven't scored in the second half at all, but have played terrific basketball throughout this game and have kind of allowed this team to allow defenses to make sure they're not just denying Kierschigar and McKnight and make them play everybody. So here is Baba as he breaks the press, finds Alamu. Back up top to Baba. Baba, left-hand dribble over to Kierschigar. Kierschigar into the corner. Dangtran gives it back to Kierschigar, far side. Kierschigar dribbling with the left hand. Doubled there, finds Baba. Pass down low to Alamu. Wide open, and his layup drops home from the right block.
And I think that's one of the big reasons why this team is going to continue to be successful, their ability to see the open floor.
As Leigh breaks the press, into the corner is Kirish as they move it over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez looking for somebody to go. Finds Dreyer. Dreyer going baseline, layup left it short. Second shot opportunity. Owen Dreyer with the putback gets a deuce. So 64-47, 2:45 to play here in the fourth. A 17-point lead for the Chargers. Here's Kierschigar, left wing, pump fakes and finds Baba up top. Baba bounce pass near side, McKnight, Euro step in the lane, and the layup drops home. Shane McKnight had the defender looking the other way, and he's got 20 points here tonight. Here's a three, Gonzalez right wing, left it short, rebound, Kierschigar had it stripped from him by Johnston, and out of bounds it will be Leigh basketball.
You know, when you have an offensive player that is at what we call the elbow, and that's right at the free throw line, you want him to be a triple threat either to shoot, pass, or drive. And if you can drive with one step and still make it to the bucket, that's excellent footwork, and that's what McKnight has been doing all night long.
Here's a drive here from Gonzalez. Layup at the rim, rolls around and out, gets his own rebound in the paint. Now we'll pull it out to Johnston. 3-ball, right wing. Johnston off the front of the iron. Rebound taken by Matt Norman, who's checked in. Gonzalez will try another one, and the third shot of the possession goes down for Jacob Gonzalez. He's got 5.
All happened because Matt Norman never gave up on the play.
Here's Dangtran, left side, layup in transition, and drops it home. Dangtran's got 4, and it's a 68-50 lead here for Leland, 1:43 to play. Here is Johnston, drives, stops at the block, and that's a steal by Alamu as Johnston just let go of it, and Alamu's layup in transition rolls around and out. Farhad Alamu just shakes his head after that one, and a timeout's going to be called by Todd Baldwin.
Yeah, and I think for Coach Baldwin, this is an opportunity to get some of his seniors on the floor. There's a minute 27 here in the ball game, and to your point, you know, hats off to Leland. They're going to go on to be outright BVAL champions for the first time since 2015. Folks, on the ride home, tune us in here at the Central Coast Sports post-game show. We're going to have stats. We hope to have Coach Baldwin. If he has an opportunity, he may be in with his team, but we'll keep you apprised of what's going on with that. Carlo's going to give you our Central Coast Sports player of the game, all part of the Central Coast Sports post-game show. We hope you stick with us as we move forward. Our next game is going to be this Friday night. It's going to be Santa Clara High School, the Bruins, hosting the Milpitas Trojans. The Trojans having an outstanding year, 8-1 already in league play in the De Anza division. That also will be here on YouTube Live, 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock tip. Join Carlo Jimenez and Spencer McLaughlin for all the action this Friday night from Santa Clara High School.
So the Longhorns get their seniors in, and now we'll play this last 127. 68-50 on top are the Chargers. Here is Clay looking for somewhere to go. Bounces inside to Nicosia, and his layup is off the backboard as McKnight grabs the rebound, and Coach Shapiro is going to sub 5 guys in here for the Chargers. It will be Huang along with Hieda. As well in there is Eliassi. As here up top, here's a drive, layup at the rim, left it short, rebound taken away by Clay, but stolen back by the Chargers. 3-ball left corner off the side of the iron. Rebound taken there by Niakosi up at the rim and gets the layup to go. Alex Eliassi with the bucket, and it's 70-50. Leland on top. Here's a drive by Clay, a layup up at the rim, and he loses it out of bounds, but tipped last by Eliassi.
A good job by Eliassi. He never gave up on that play, was able to get the rebound. He had guys all over him and still able to muscle it up for the Chargers.
So out now is a 3 coming for Leigh, and that's a deep 3. Russell Haller from distance. And it's 53-70, 30 seconds to play.
Yeah, no hesitation from Haller on that one.
Eliassi, right block, layup left side, and another one. Con Eliassi, the 6'4 senior, with another deuce. And it's 72-53. Leigh will bring it up with 16 seconds to play.
Yeah, pretty left hand by Eliassi.
And Eliassi, a block on defense as Leland will bring it up. And what a minute 27 for number 42.
Yeah, senior playing in one of his final games. I think it's just a nice tribute there. And for Leland, they will hold the basketball and celebrate 2019 BVAL Mount Hamilton Division champions, Carlo.
Yeah, for the first time since 2015, that 2015 team going 13-1. This Fraud Alamu gives a water bath over for Coach Shapiro, as Leland is well aware of what they have clinched here at home. As we get ready for our Central Coast Sports post-game show.
Yeah, and before we get going with Carlo, he's going to have some final stats for you. We do hope that we'll have Coach Baldwin, but you know, this may be one of those times where he may just want to spend some time with his group. The final score 72-53. But let's thank our sponsors. I want to thank NetFM Drip Irrigation. Special thanks to Mark and Mary Clifton, their children Matt and Megan. Jeffrey Yonda, 8 years running with Central Coast Sports. SCU alum, just an amazing family. I want to thank Lori and Tom Coster for their support with Central Coast Sports, a grower Coastal Grower Magazine, I should say. Block Construction, shout out to Mike Block, Kate Blocker. Our community, better place because of Block Construction. BSN Sports, John Gillette and his team, much appreciation for everything they do. Pomodoro Pizza, perfect for catering, private events, or any other special occasion. For the best pizza pies and mouth-watering dishes, stop by 6932 Almaden Expressway, San Jose. You can ask for Sasan. Vulcan Materials, want to thank Dave Jordan, everyone, for their work in this community, shaping our schools and future leaders. Shout out to Kevin Moore. Appreciate the vision, the support with our work here at Central Coast Sports Broadcasting and helping us pay it forward in the years to come. Artie Van Mossenhausen, Home Services Lending, great friend to us here at Central Coast Sports Broadcasting. Looking forward to the future in supporting high school sports. And our newest sponsor, The Green Waffle. Eat healthy, all natural, packed with protein. For more information and locations for this terrific product, look them up, thegreenwaffle.com. And also, big shout out to Leigh High School. We want to thank Coach Baldwin, Mr. Jim Shaughnessy, thank Leland as well and the BVVAL for their support. And what can we say? 95.3 KRTY, San Jose's hot country, not only the best in today's country music, but offering the best in high school sports. The South Bay home of the Golden State Warriors. Thanks to Nate, Nicole, and Jamie. For more information, go to their website, krty.com. Carlo, I'm not sure if we're going to see Coach Baldwin, but we want to at least acknowledge Gonzalez Irrigation for the coach's wrap, just in case he does or may not be able to make it tonight with us. Locally owned by growers since 1985, proudly serving the Monterey, San Benito, Santa Cruz, and Santa Clara counties. Contact Gonzalez Irrigation Systems today, 831-675-2376. So we can look at the Netafim Player Spotlight. Grow more with less. For more information, call Mark Clifton. And I guess I will go to you. Who'd you like tonight? You had a lot of choices.
There's a lot. I think I'm going to have to go with Sohan Kierkegaard, 24 points on the night, 13 coming in the third quarter. Really made the difference in opening this game up here for the Chargers. As final score here from Leigh, 72-53, but you can go across the board here for Leland. There's so many options. Shade McKnight, 20 points. Fraud Alamu with 10. Trevor Baba with 2. Jaden Dangtren with 4. Preston Weber with 6. Elon Elasi with 4 of his own off the bench. Everybody seemed to contribute here, Edmund, and in a big way for the Chargers.
Yeah, they really did. And, you know, my player of the game, and again, Kierkegaard is really amazing. I really like what Shane McKnight did tonight. I really did. He passed the ball. He was in the right place at the right time. When Kierkegaard was having some issues in the first quarter, and again, a little quiet in the third, you know, during the last part of it, it was really McKnight that stepped up. He did a lot of great things. He and Weber look great down in the low post, and I just like his footwork. I like the fact that he plays big. He can play a guard. Did a lot of great things. And on the flip side, I do want to give, you know, kudos where kudos due. Dylan Johnston, Kesey, both those young men really played their hearts out in an effort that I think they should be proud of.
Well, as we see Leland celebrate here of their BVAL championship, let's get the final stats for Leigh. Dylan Johnson, 18 points. Connor Smith with 4. Luke Kesey with 12. Max Lee with 4. Tyler Senefil with 3. Owen Dyer had a deuce. Jacob Gonzalez, 5 points off the bench. And Jake and Russell Haller with a triple of his own. Well, Edmund, one more time, the final score here from Leigh High School as the Leland Chargers clinch the BVAL Mountain View Division for the first time since 2015. Our next broadcast will be, again, Friday, Santa Clara versus Milpitas. Should be a great game. 6:45 pregame, 7 p.m. tip. You can find us here on YouTube Live. 72-53, the Chargers take league at Leigh High. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen.